Long ago, beyond the edges of familiar maps and quiet villages, there existed a kingdom that lived in harmony with the forest surrounding it. The people believed the forest was not wild, but watchful, a living presence that breathed with the land and listened to every heartbeat within it. At the center of this kingdom stood a castle of pale stone, warmed by sunlight and softened by time. Within those walls, a princess was born on a calm spring morning, when the air was gentle and birds sang as if welcoming something rare into the world. The people celebrated for days, believing her arrival marked a future filled with peace and balance. She was named Aloan, a name meaning light among trees, for even as a child, she seemed connected to the forest beyond the castle gates. As Aloan grew, she was known not for power or command, but for kindness and quiet curiosity. She wandered the castle gardens for hours, listening to the wind, watching insects move patiently through the grass, and learning the rhythms of nature. The forest seemed to respond to her presence, leaves rustling softly as she passed, streams shimmering a little brighter. On the evening of her 16th birthday, the kingdom gathered once more, filling the castle halls with music and laughter. Yet beyond the celebration, something unseen was shifting. A forgotten spell, woven long ago from imbalance and neglect, began to stir. As night settled, a hush fell over the land, subtle and slow, like a breath being held. When Aloan finally retired to her chamber, the forest grew still. Moonlight spilled through her window, silver and calm. As she rested, sleep came not like ordinary sleep, but like a deep enchantment, gentle yet unbreakable. The princess did not awaken the next morning, nor the next. Word spread quickly, but fear did not take hold. Instead, something strange happened. The forest grew thicker, vines and blossoms winding protectively around the castle, as if guarding her rest. Time moved forward, but the heart of the kingdom remained paused, waiting. Tonight's story invites you into that quiet waiting, into a world where sleep is not an ending, but a promise. Before we continue, if you enjoy calm fairy tales and bedtime stories meant to soothe the mind and guide you into rest, please take a moment to gently like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps these peaceful stories reach those who need them most. Now, settle into comfort, slow your breathing, and let us step into the enchanted forest where a princess sleeps, and where patience may yet awaken hope. As the princess slept and the castle fell silent, the forest beyond its walls began its quiet work. Beyond the castle walls, the enchanted forest continued its quiet work. It did not rush, nor did it demand attention. Each tree stood where it had always stood, roots deep in the earth, branches reaching slowly toward the sky. The forest understood time differently, measuring it not in hours or years, but in the gentle return of seasons and the patient passing of light across leaves. As Princess Aloan slept, the forest became her guardian. Soft moss grew thicker along stone paths, cushioning every step that might one day return. Vines climbed the castle walls not to trap them, but to protect them, weaving green patterns that filtered sunlight into a calming glow. Flowers bloomed even in shaded places, their colors muted and gentle, as if they, too, had learned not to disturb her rest. Within the forest, life moved in harmony. Deer walked unafraid, pausing beside streams that reflected the sky like polished glass. Birds sang only in low, soothing tones, melodies that felt less like songs and more like breathing. Even the wind learned to pass quietly, slipping through branches with a whisper rather than a call. Magic lived here. But it was subtle. It did not sparkle or flash. It lingered in the way moonlight rested on leaves, in the way the forest paths shifted just slightly to guide those who walked with calm intentions. Those who entered carrying restlessness felt the paths turn gently away from them, leading them back to where they began, not in rejection, but in quiet instruction. Deep within the forest, there were clearings untouched by time. In these places, ancient trees formed natural circles, their trunks wide and steady, their canopies woven together like protective roofs. At night, fireflies drifted through these spaces like slow-moving stars, illuminating the air with a soft, golden glow. It was said that the forest itself dreamed here, holding memories of every footstep and every breath that had ever passed beneath its branches. As years unfolded, travelers came and went. Some arrived curious, some hopeful, others simply tired of the noise of the world beyond the trees. Those who listened found peace quickly. They sat beside streams, leaned against tree trunks, and felt their thoughts loosen, untangling themselves without effort. One evening, as the forest rested beneath a sky brushed with deep blue and silver, a gentle presence entered its outer edge. This wanderer did not announce himself. He walked slowly, allowing the forest to reveal itself one step at a time. His footsteps were light, his breathing steady, and his gaze soft, as if he were listening more than seeing. The forest noticed. Branches shifted just enough to open narrow paths. The ground beneath his feet felt warm and steady. Night creatures paused to watch, sensing no threat, only curiosity and respect. The deeper he walked, the quieter his thoughts became, until even his memories felt distant, replaced by the simple awareness of movement and breath. As he traveled, the forest shared small wonders with him. A stream that hummed softly as water passed over smooth stones. A clearing where moonlight pooled like liquid silver. An old oak whose hollow trunk held the warmth of the day long after sunset. Each moment felt like a gentle invitation to slow further, to let go. Eventually, the castle emerged through the trees, not suddenly, but gradually, as if it had always been there and he was only now ready to see it. Covered in vines and softened by time, it felt less like a place of power and more like a place of rest. The air around it was calm, heavy with stillness. Inside the castle, silence reigned. But it was not empty. It was full, layered with the echoes of life and care. The halls glowed faintly, reflecting moonlight that filtered through tall windows. The wanderer moved slowly, guided not by maps or stories, but by an inner sense that led him upward, toward the heart of the castle. When he reached the chamber where Princess Eloan slept, he did not cross the threshold immediately. He paused, allowing the moment to settle. The room was filled with gentle light, the kind that feels more like memory than illumination. Eloan lay peacefully, unchanged by time, her rest deep and undisturbed. The magic surrounding her was not a barrier, but a balance. It responded not to action, but to presence. The wanderer did not speak, did not reach out. He simply remained, breathing calmly, offering nothing but quiet companionship to the space. Outside, the forest responded. Leaves shimmered softly. The wind shifted, carrying the scent of blossoms through open windows. Somewhere deep within the earth, roots stirred, sensing that the waiting was nearing its end. Slowly, without urgency, the enchantment began to loosen. Not break, but ease. Like a long-held breath finally released. And the forest, patient as it had always been, watched quietly, ready to welcome the next gentle turning of the story. The kingdom did not return to what it once was, and that was its quiet gift. Instead of rushing to rebuild or reclaim old titles, the land found a new rhythm. Eloan chose not to rule from stone walls alone, but to walk among the people, listening, learning, and guiding with gentleness rather than command. The forest remained close, not as a barrier, but as a reminder. It taught patience, balance, and trust in the natural unfolding of things. Those who visited felt calmer without knowing why, as though the land itself encouraged them to slow down. As seasons turned, stories were told not of spells or awakenings, but of rest, of waiting, and of the quiet strength found in stillness. The sleeping princess became a symbol not of rescue, but of renewal, reminding all who listen that sometimes, the world heals not through action, but through rest. And now, as this story comes to a close, allow that same calm to settle within you. Let your thoughts soften. Let the day release its hold. Just as the forest protected the princess in her sleep, may the night protect your rest. Thank you for sharing this peaceful moment with us. If this story brought you comfort, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more gentle bedtime stories and calming journeys. May your dreams be quiet, your rest be deep, and your night be kind. Good night, and sleep well.